welcome to another episode of Vibes and Tea. Let me just start off today's episode by saying how extremely upset and disappointed I am in myself. Why, Michelle? Why are you upset? Why are you disappointed? What happened? I'll tell you what happened. I failed my driver's test. What? Your driver's test? Wait, hold up. How old are you again? Honey, I am 23 years old. And before you start judging me, let me just say, where I grew up, nobody fucking got their license. My friends still don't have their license. A lot of my friends still don't have their license, and I will explain why. So, growing up in the East Coast and growing up going to school in the city, we were all taught to take the MBTA, the Massachusetts Transportation Buses and Stations. That's completely not what it stands for. It's probably not even the MBTA, the motherfucking train, okay? So we were all taught to take the train. And from middle school up until college, I took the train everywhere. I woke up at 6 a.m. I don't know how the fuck I did it, but I woke up at 6 a.m., got on the train, got to school, did extracurriculars, came back home at 8 p.m., took the train back, and then I was home. So that went on for a very long time. And then when I was in college is when I was introduced to people who were like, wait, you don't have your license? Honey, in high school, it wasn't like, I didn't go to a high school where people were eager to get their car or there wasn't like a designated parking spot for students. Literally, there were very, very few kids that had cars, maybe like a handful, maybe like 2 or 3. And when they did bring their car, they would have to pay a toll, and then they would have to move it during lunchtime or sneak out to move their car so it wouldn't get ticketed or it wouldn't get towed. So honestly, just it wasn't on my priority list until now when I've been applying to jobs, and I'm moving out to LA in August, hopefully, fingers crossed. I need a motherfucking car in LA because I heard that their transportation system is not the greatest. I'll report back on that when I move out there and when it actually happens. Manifesting, it's true, it's real. Everybody should do it. Bam. No, but let me explain how I failed my test today because it's honestly a disaster. So I go to the driving school. I sign up. And mind you, have I been practicing? Absolutely fucking not. 30 minutes before my exam, my boyfriend and I were in a parking lot at a Stop and Shop, and we were frantically trying to teach me how to parallel park. Well, Michelle, why didn't you learn how to do that earlier? I don't know what it is, but I feel like nobody has the patience to teach me how to parallel park. Or maybe I'm just unteachable. Or maybe it's just that I've never been good at exams, which explains my SAT scores and my crippling anxiety when it comes to anything that has to do with tests. But that's not the point. Anyways, I didn't practice enough, and I know I didn't study or practice enough because it showed in the exam. I got in the car, and to my knowledge, because of COVID, they don't let you use the car that you've been practicing in. It's just you, the officer, and the car that is owned by the motor and vehicles place, the registration, whatever the fuck it's called. I don't even know what it's called. Anyways, I was using their weird-ass car, got in, fixed my chair, pretended like I knew what the fuck I was doing by looking at the rear view mirror and everything. The officer sits next to me. He's like, show me your hand signals. Right, left. Got that wrong. I still don't know what my hand signals are. I got out, right? I backed up. It was great. I pulled up to the stop sign. He was like, all right, turn your blinker to the right. My dumbass turns it to the left. He was like, it's okay. Everybody gets nervous. At this point, I'm like, okay, it's a nice guy. He's going to cut me some slack. I turn my blinker to the right. And I go down the street, I come by a stop sign, and I don't know why, but I didn't come to a complete stop. I just simply glazed over the stop sign and went forward. And then that's when the officer didn't say anything. And then he was like, you were supposed to come to a complete stop right when we were in the middle of the road. And I was like, huh, what? And then right while he was saying that, it started to rain. I don't know how to use the car. So like the windows and everything, I haven't really been driving that much. So I open up the back windows. I open up the front windows. The windshield wipers are going crazy. We're all wet. And anyways, a truck is coming, and then I'm like too focused on trying to put the windows down, and then like the guy's like, stop, stop, stop. And then that freaks me out. And so then anyways, the car stops. We didn't get crashed. We didn't fucking die. Dramatic. And after that, he was like, you could have fucking died. You have to watch the road. The officer was yelling at me. The audacity. Anyways, when the truck passed, I don't know why he had me like continue the test when it was just obvious. Like after that point, I was like, yeah, I fucking failed this, whatever. I wasn't even trying at this point. He had me park up a hill. He was like, you're missing something. I turned on my blinkers. He was like, nope. I turned my rear view mirror. Nope. I was supposed to turn my wheels and pull my emergency brake. Didn't know that. And then when it came time to parallel park, which I don't even understand why he even let me get to this point. Just fail me at this point. I got to the point where you needed to parallel park. I lightly tapped the car that's behind me, and after that he said a big nope, and we went back, and that's when he told me, yeah, no, I can't pass you. And so I kind of knew that it was coming. Did I still get emotional? Yeah. Did I cry? Yeah. Did my boyfriend feel bad on the way back and tell me, hey, it's okay. Not everybody passes on their first time? Yep. Did it make me more sad? I don't know what it is, but it's something about someone trying to comfort you that just makes me get more emotional. Like, don't ask me if I'm okay when I'm clearly not okay, unless you want to see waterworks, because that's what you're going to get. Anyways, long story short, we drove like an hour out for me to get my driver's test, and I failed, and I came back and I redid my test for 3 months from now. So hopefully in 3 months I'll report back and I'll let you guys know how it went, because today was a fucking disaster. I've been feeling a lot of pressure from a lot of people to kind of have my life together, and I feel like I'm in this area in my life where I don't have anything together, and I'm sort of getting to that age where it's like, all right, you got to move out of your house. You got to make moves. You got to have a job. You're about to graduate college. And a part of me is like, okay, so do I want to go to graduate school because I want to get my master's, or simply because I feel comfortable and safe in the structure of school that I don't necessarily have to deal with adulthood yet? And that's been something that I've been questioning myself continuously back and forth. So it's stressful. I've mentioned previously, like, I'm a senior in college, and, time is a ticking, and it's happening really fast, and I'm about to graduate soon. And they just announced that graduation is online. Am I bummed out about it? Yeah. But I understand. COVID's a fucking bitch. And, it's taken away many lives. And so it's separated families. Honestly, I can't really complain that much if I look at it in the grand scheme of things. Like, I'm honestly very lucky to be where I am and have my family with me and have them all be safe. So I really can't be upset, but I am kind of upset. Toxic positivity. Ugh, this is what my therapist talked about. She's like, if you feel sad, embrace it and embrace why you feel it. And so I'm embracing it. I'm upset. Yes, I was looking forward to it. I went to school for my whole fucking life to have my college graduation and have my family there. And then COVID took it away. And so yeah, I'm upset. And you have the right to be upset about something that you want to be upset about. Don't let this whole, you need to have a positive outlook on everything. Don't let that kind of override your emotions. If you're feeling something, if you're upset about something, let it out. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to eat, laugh, love, live everything in your whole entire life, then are you really being authentic to yourself and to who you are as a human being? No. But going back to the point that I was talking about before, there's a lot of pressure to kind of just have my life together. And in this era of uncertainty and not knowing where I'm going to be after, I'm graduating with a BFA in theater and performance. Theaters are completely closed. Film sets are slowly opening up again. It's not really a stable career, but do I have anxiety around it? Yes, I have fucking anxiety around it. But one thing that I have been doing to kind of keep myself grounded, and I know it's easy to compare yourself, especially on social media and TikTok and whatever, to everybody else, but comparison will kill the cat. Comparison is the killer of all. comparison is what feeds off. I don't know what the saying is, but comparison is bad. Don't do it. Don't do that shit, because as soon as you fall down that hole of comparison, then you're just asking for it, and it's not going to be pretty, honey. Because trust me, I've gone through that hole multiple times. Hence the reason why I didn't upload an episode last week is just that I was so deep in my own pool of self-loathing and just be like, oh, this podcast is not good enough. I don't know why I'm doing this. Why did I even bother? This is so dumb. I'm not even a good speaker. Like, I was just coming on myself real hard, and then I had to step back for a minute and then just be like, chill out. Not everybody. Steven Spielberg didn't make Jaws in the first day. Jaws was complete shit before it became the blockbuster film that it was. They didn't even have the fucking shark. I don't even think they had an AD or a producer or anything. It was just they didn't even have the right actors. And Jaws is one of the best blockbuster movies of all time. So, and even if you look back at like The Simpsons has been running for 30, 40, 20 plus years. I don't even know. I think SpongeBob has probably been running longer. I don't know. But it's been one of the longest running television shows. And if you look at the first series of The Simpsons, a complete mess. But it wouldn't have been what it is today. Or it wouldn't have gotten to what it is today if there wasn't trial and error and editing and fixing and going back and embracing that failure. So one thing that I have been doing is trying to get myself out of that pool of self-loathing and reminding myself of all the things that I have done. And that's one thing that you have to do. Remind yourself of all the things that you have done. Your life has amounted to something. You have lived X amount of years and you have something to show for it. What are your passions? I know how to bake. I know how to cook. I know how to draw. I have friends. I have a great family. I have these connections. Just counting your blessings every single day and realizing, okay, this is what I do have. I'm good at this thing. Just because I failed at one thing or I'm not feeling good or I heard a no doesn't dictate the rest of my life. Life is long in the grand scheme of things. I'm 23 years old, right? And I haven't even lived half of my life yet. I still have so much to reach, so much to grow. And when you think about it, our problems are so small in the grand scheme of things, in this whole universe. Like, we're tiny little spectacles in the whole grand scheme of things. So honestly, if you think about it like that, in that kind of philosophical, existential way, then honestly, it's easier to kind of think of our problems as very little and move past them. But still, like, your problems are your problems. Embrace them, of course. But just don't let them take over you. Like, my problems were taking over me. But yeah, no, I got out of bed. I didn't even want to record today's episode. I was like, fuck, I'm so busy. I have so much shit to do. And that's one thing. Consistency is key. And if there's anything anybody has told me that has been working in the professional field or is a professional in whatever it is that they're doing, one thing that they have told me is that consistency is key in whatever it is that you're doing. You need to fail 110 times before you're going to have one thing that's going to come up and be the thing that's going to lift up your career and skyrocket it and have it going. And I know it could be scary, especially and it could be scary and it could be a bit, what's the word I'm looking for? It could be very, in lack of better words, it could be very hard to just consistently see yourself fail all the time and not see yourself grow. And I understand that and I sympathize with that. But it's just looking at things in the grand scheme just looking at everything in the grand scheme of things, it'll all work out in your favor if you just keep working towards your goal. Oh, excuse me. I'm tired. It's fucking 1 a.m. and I'm recording this. Oh my God. Thank you so much for listening to today's podcast. It's a short one, but a sweet one. Not all of them could be great hits, but you know what? We try out here. On Vibes and Tea, the vibe today is that I'm motherfucking trying. Oh my God. Why did that get so dramatic? No, anyways, the vibe today is just, If you gotta do it, you gotta do it. If you gotta fail your driver's test just to take it again, fucking do it and practice. Honestly, practice before you go out and do your driver's test, because if you don't, you're gonna fail and you're gonna end up like me and you're not gonna have your license, and then you're gonna move out to LA, and then you're gonna realize that LA doesn't have great transportation system, and then you're gonna be like, why did I wait so long? And then your insurance is gonna be so high because you just recently got your license and you're a new driver versus all your friends that have had their license for like 5x years. I'm overthinking it at this point. Anyways, make sure you practice for your driver's test. Make sure that you don't let yourself drown in your own self-loathing, and give yourself credit for everything that you have done, because what you have done is meaningful, it is important, it is valuable, and don't let anybody talk you out of whatever it is that your passions are. And yeah, thank you so much for listening to today's podcast episode. I will be back next week. Remember to leave 5 stars, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. I will be back next week, and I will talk to you guys all real soon. Bye.